Okay, so what I'm going to work on is getting this pattern to be the correct measurements for me. Um, right here is a finished bust measurement. Here is a finished waist measurement. And lower on my other pattern is a hip measurement. Now, with my hip measurement, I've already checked it and it's actually too big for me, but I'd rather it be too big. I can take it in later. But in the case of the bust and waist, I need to make an adjustment. The bust on the biggest size is correct. The waist on the biggest size, however, is 2 inches, actually 1.5 inches too small for me. So what I've determined is I have 2 darts located in the back, in the top bodice and in the skirt. You have 1, 2. Now, I've made this pattern before and had the same issue. So I already kind of knew I was going to have to take out this dart and this dart. So if I don't sew those darts, it would add, if I go from dot to dot right there, about 5/8 of an inch. Okay, I'm just going to round it up and say 3/4 of an inch. It's 3/4 of an inch I gain by not sewing this dart. So when I sew the back part together, I'm only going to have this dart, not both. Okay, now I go to the front and I say, well, where else can I save some space? I don't want to remove the second dart from the back because then it's going to not have that kind of nice shaping through your back and onto your rear. Okay, so you kind of want to keep some shape. You don't want to eliminate all the shape. So I'm going to go to the front dart, and if I am off by 3/4 of an inch, or sorry, 1.5 inches, and I've already added back in 3/4 of an inch, I can look and see that I only have, there's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 left to make up. So what I'm going to do down here between these 2 darts is I'm going to take that 3/4 and I'm going to remove it from these darts. So if I take 3/4 in half is 3/8. 3/8 plus 3/8 is 6/8, which is 3/4. So I have drawn a line 3/8 from that side and 3/8 from this side. Okay, and I just did that using my big ruler here. Now I didn't change anything here because I don't want to add or remove anything from the bust. It fits me just right in the bust. Okay, so the other measurement that I always have trouble with is if you have a larger bust, then when you get to the back of the dress, the front fits because you've got a long enough fabric to cover the bust here. By the time you get to the back, it is way too long. So my back neck to waist is 13, and this back neck to waist is roughly 16. So I'm off by 3 inches. It would be 3 inches too long, so then you get the rippling in the back of a dress where the zipper is. So to try and eliminate some of that, I might not be able to get rid of all of it because this isn't my pattern. I'm just trying to adjust this one the best I can. The other measurement I took was underneath my arm down to my waist where this dress should fit. And the number I came up with was 7. So my side, sometimes they call that just a side length. So that would be from your underarm. For females, it would be about where the bra line is at the top, down to your natural waistline. So that's 7 inches. Now keep in mind I have 5/8 inches seam allowance built in here. So I've put a little X where 5/8 comes in and 5/8 comes down. I'm going to put my ruler right here on 7. Now I have split my pattern right here on this line that says lengthen or shorten here. The front is correct, so I don't need to do anything from the front, so I've only cut the front up to the center front line. So all I'm going to do is rotate this up until my side seam is 7 inches. Okay, and I've also made a mark here at 5/8. So right about there. Now, I'm going to put a pin in that. You could tape it if you want. I'm just pinning it for now. I'm not going to worry about this front being a little bit angled. When I go to cut this out, I'm just going to make sure that it's straight from here to here. Okay, we lose a little bit here, but it's not enough to make a difference on the fit. So now I have to make this match this, and I can simply lay it right up to it and don't even really have to measure because these two edges are going to be matching up anyway. I'm going to put a pin right here to hold this edge. But then what I need to do, this needs to be shortened by as much as I possibly can. I'm not going to get it 3 inches shorter, but I certainly will get it shorter than it is. So if I pull it all the way up to here, which doesn't seem too strange, it looks like I'll get roughly 1.5 inches. Now, I would rather have it 1.5 inches closer to what I need than to be 3 inches off. Plus, the back piece looks okay still, even with that shape. Okay, so I'm going to get a better fit. For those of you who have short torsos, you'll be doing something like this. If your side length is a lot longer, then what you're going to be doing is spreading this and inserting some paper until it's the right measurement for you. Just remember that you need to account for your 5/8 seam allowance from this edge up and this edge in. So you need to make a little X at the 5/8 in and 5/8 up. And then same with right here, 5/8 down and 5/8 in. That way you can get that measurement correct.